Any member of Congress can introduce legislation. The person who introduces the bill is known as the sponsor. Any member of the same body, the House or the Senate, can add his or her name after the day of the introduction as a co-sponsor. When a bill is introduced, it is given a number. HR signifies a House bill, and S signifies a Senate bill. The bill is then referred to a committee with jurisdiction over the primary issues of the legislation. Sometimes a bill will be referred to multiple committees. The bill is then referred to a subcommittee. The chairman of the committee determines whether there will be a hearing on the bill and whether there will be a markup. Sometimes a bill is marked up in both the subcommittee and then the full committee, but it can only have action taken only at the full committee level. A markup is when members of the committee officially meet to offer amendments to make changes to the bill as introduced. After amendments are adopted or rejected, the chairman moves to vote the bill favorably out of the committee. The bill will go to the entire body if the committee favorably reports out of the bill. The committee's chairman staff writes a report of the bill describing the intent of the legislation, the legislative history such as hearings in the committee, the impact on existing laws and programs, and the position of the majority member of the committee. The members of the minority may file a dissenting view as a group or individually. Usually a copy of the bill as marked up is printed in this report. The Speaker of the House and the Majority Leader of the Senate determine if and when a bill comes before the full body for debate and amendment and final passage. There are very different rules of procedure governing debates in the House and the Senate. In the House, a representative may offer an amendment to the bill only if he has obtained permission from the Rules Committee. In the Senate, a senator can offer an amendment without warning so long as the amendment is germane to the underlying bill. A majority vote is required for an amendment and for final passage. Sometimes amendments are accepted by a voice vote. When the House or the Senate passes a bill, it is referred to the other chamber where it usually follows the same route through a committee and the floor action. This chamber may approve the bill as received, reject it, ignore it, or amend it before passing it. If only minor changes are made to the bill by the other chamber, usually the legislation goes back to the originating chamber for a concurring vote. However, when the House and Senate versions of the bill contain significant and/or numerous differences, a conference committee is officially appointed to reconcile the differences between the two different versions of the bill into a single bill. If the conferences are unable to reach an agreement, the legislation dies. If agreement is reached, a conference report is prepared describing the committee members' recommendations for both changes. Both the House and the Senate must approve the conference of report. If either chamber rejects the conference report, the bill will die. After the conference report has been approved by both the House and the Senate, the final bill is sent to the President. If the President approves the legislation, he signs it and it becomes a law. If the President does not take action for 10 days while Congress is in session, the bill automatically becomes a law. If the President opposes the bill, he can veto it. Or he can take no action after the Congress has adjourned its second session and it is a pocket veto and the legislation dies. If the President vetoes a bill, Congress may decide to attempt to override the veto. This requires a 2/3 roll call vote of the members who are present in the sufficient number of the quorum.